Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to a random Thursday live stream. Welcome. I'm Chris the Batman Statue Collector. Thanks, everybody, for joining me. So this is basically just going to be a test stream. It's going to be a hangout show, but it's going to be a test stream because this cord right here, is what I've been using for all of my streams. And it sucks. As you guys know, I freeze all the time, and it has been awful. So we just upgraded our home internet. They made us get a new router and everything, and it basically doubled or maybe even tripled our speed compared to what we had. And we had a really strong internet, but our service has been really crappy, and we think it's because of the modem that we had. It was a little bit old, a couple-year-old modem. And so I am on Wi-Fi right now. I am not plugged in. I am not, it is what it is. So I have no idea if this looks good, if it sounds good, or if it's going to freeze or not. I'm hoping that it doesn't. Hopefully it's clear for you guys. Let me know if it looks good on screen, if it looks the same, if it looks any clearer. So that's the thing, is I just don't know. So this is basically, like I said, it's just a test stream, but I did want to do a hangout show. Again, I had a little bit of time this afternoon. I just spent a little bit of time doing what Dan Default did. I glued my bats together. Just super glued my bats so he doesn't fall apart for the Hush Batman back there. I've got a special piece coming in tomorrow that goes with that, so I'm really excited about that. So anyway, welcome everybody to the show. Whoops, I forgot to turn on my lights back there. But anyway, welcome to the show. Hope everybody's doing great. And again, this is just going to be a hangout show. So when we do hangout shows, I bet I better reconnect. But I have to reconnect on my phone. Anyway, so this show is just basically where you guys drive the show. Whatever you guys want to talk about is what we talk about. I also am excited because maybe some people are able to tune in today that don't normally get to tune in on our regular evening shows, especially all of our fine folks overseas. So again, I'm just glad that maybe some of you could join us. We got Benny Vogel in the house. What's up, Chris? Hey, Benny, Brotherhood member. Thank you for being here. Another member, Rogue Empire. Good evening to you. Or good afternoon. I always say good evening. It's not even evening. It's afternoon. We got Kay Wiley in the house, Brotherhood member. Thank you very much. Hey, everyone just got out of work, so this is great timing. That's perfect timing. That's awesome. We got Lane Kramer. Hey, afternoon to chat. Hope everyone is doing good. Hope you're doing great, Lane. Let me check something real quick. Pardon me. Yeah, Lane, I emailed you earlier today. Let me know if you're interested still about the Catwoman. Okay, let me know. Hey, Eric B in the house, wishing you all well in your new internet connection. Hashtag no freeze. We're going to see. It's kind of tradition. It'll be sad if I don't freeze because that's what I always do. But anyway, Eric, I hope your air quality is a little bit better today. Man, that is scary. I feel for all of you guys on the East Coast. Henry, glad to be here. Hello to you, Henry. Thanks for being here. We got member just watching. Thank you very much. Soren is here. Yes, BSC, my favorite collector. Well, thank you very much. That's awesome. Thank you very much. Rodri is here. Hello. We got Rogue Empire saying, what's up, Eric? And the lights on the Detective Comics 1000 looks amazing. Yeah, so if you are a member of our Facebook group, Batman Statue Collector Brotherhood of the Bat Collectibles, awesome photos. Eric had some like cool white light and some warm light shining from different directions, so it looked really great. Stuart Murray in the house. Hey, Stuart. Good evening. Resident Superman fanatic right here. Glad to see you here. Jonathan in the house. What's up to you? We've got Danny Boy. Hello from LA. It's awesome. Very, very cool. I hopefully will be in that neck of the woods this summer. It is looking like there was maybe some hiccups where I wasn't going to come to San Diego, but I think I am going to come to San Diego with my family still. I know Lee Bermejo is going to be there, so I'm very, very excited. And I do want to plug this right here, that I am going to be part of Fan Expo Dallas. So I am very excited about that. So if you are, whoops, sorry, I just hit the wrong thing. So if you are at Dallas Fan Expo this weekend, please hit me up and we can meet and say hello to each other. That'd be awesome. I would love to meet as many collectors as I can, but I will be there with my son and my friend Damon. We're going to come and cover the event. We did get press passes again. So looking very, very excited about that. So again, if you are in the Dallas area, please stop by and say hello. All right, let me get back into where I was here. All right, there we go. So you've done away with what we're going to see. We're going to see if I freeze or not and how the picture looks. Cosmic Fortress says picture looks clear. Sound is great. Looks good to me. Looks and sounds good on this end. Looks about the same. Hopefully no more freezing. Okay, well, hopefully it's still 720, so it's still not 1080p, which I wish it was, but it's like $100 a month or something crazy through StreamYard. It's really expensive. Let's see. What's up, Raymond? Got Agent 37. Hello to you. Matthew says, hi, Chris from Malta. Looks and sounds good. No more Mr. Freeze, but that's part of the show. I know. So we'll see. I mean, I can still do this every once in a while, Hello from Denmark. Hello to you, my friend. Hope you're doing great overseas. Aspen CR7, a Brotherhood member, says, congratulations for getting that for the phenomenal Jim Lee sketch. I have pre-ordered the 1/4 Harley Quinn from Sideshow myself. Very happy about it. Also, some bad news. Unfortunately, my girlfriend is laying in bed with COVID. Man, I've heard so many people getting it lately, and so I do apologize. I hope it's not a resurgence. That does concern me. So many people are starting to get it again. Hey, Rogues Empire, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you for being here. I'm glad you can catch a show live. Ghostbusters Plus Collector. Thanks to you, Chris. I picked up the 1/6 scale 89 Batwing LOL, but very glad I did. It's phenomenal. Got my Hot Toys 1/6 Keaton in it, and it looks amazing. Glad to finally catch you live, man. Hope all is well. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm doing great. I spent all day yesterday framing stuff. Some of you saw my adventures. I went out today and bought 3 more frames. 2 of them are going to be Jim Lee prints that I can show you. Let me hold on just a second, guys. I'll be right back. All right, sorry about that. I ran off there. So some of you, if you follow the channel, you've seen this before, but this is the one that I got yesterday and framed. This is a authentic Jim Lee sketch. This was from Denver in 2022. It's very similar to what he drew in San Diego whenever I saw him there draw live at his panel, and I just love it. I wanted it so bad then, and so I got it here. I did it on some like black crumpled paper behind it. It is protected by the Mylar because I did crack the case from the CBS. I never can remember how to say it. It's not not CGC, the other one. CSB, I don't know. I can't ever remember. I don't ever get anything from them. But anyway, that is that, which is awesome. And then these are the ones that I'm going to get framed. And actually, my good friend Eric B was with me when we did this. But these are prints. I mean, it's basically a print from a book, but he did sign in silver. So I've got this one. I'm going to frame it. And then I'm going to frame this one that he also signed right there. And so they're going to be together, kind of like that, framed. So I bought my frames today. And bought them a little bit bigger than I normally do so I can kind of highlight them a little bit better. So I'm excited. I just played golf yesterday. It was a little harder to breathe. Oh man, in New York. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. My boys are golfers, so they've been having tournaments all week. Basically every day they've had a tournament. But I can't even imagine trying to play in that. Eric says, slowly getting better out here. The skies are starting to clear up, and we could see blue again. That's great, Eric. That makes me so nervous for you guys. Update on your CGC books. They are back. I've actually already filmed a video. I filmed it, I think, the end of last week. So hopefully within the next few days, it'll go up. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know. I've got so many videos in the can, but I do have that results video coming. Haggis Muncher, hello from Scotland. Thank you for being here. We got Nate Nance in the house. Hello. Stanley, are you going to buy any art in Dallas? So I am meeting. It's funny that you are here, Stanley, because I'm meeting Stanley Art Germ Lau tomorrow. And so I have a number of things that I'm going to have signed. 2 books are going to go to CGC, I think. There are 2 Vampirilla covers. I also have a Punchline CGC that I'm going to have him sign the case. And if he has any art there, I will see. I've even considered doing maybe a quick sketch or something. I'm kind of like, again, Lord help me, I'm kind of getting into original art a little bit. Just some small sketches. I've got Sean Murphy, and I've actually got a couple of sketches from Sean Murphy and my Jim Lee. I've got a Jim Lee remark, and I don't know, I'm kind of jumping down that rabbit hole a little bit. And so I would love to get one from Tony S. Daniel, which I actually have the remark from him, and Jock and Greg Capullo, and anybody I can find. I would love to get some of my favorite artists. So I probably will get an Art Germ something. But as of other art, I'm not sure yet. He's the main artist that I want to meet. But when it comes to San Diego, Lee Bermejo is going to be there. New York, apparently Fabok and George Minnis. So I'm going to need to save my money. What, in your opinion, is there a big difference in quality between Prime 1 and PCS pieces? Yes and no. I feel like it really comes down to material used and texturing. Some PCS pieces that I've seen in person are real smooth. They have a lot of detail, but they're smoother. It's just a different look. Same as a PCS piece is different than an Iron Studios piece. An Iron Studios piece is different than a Prime 1. A Prime 1 is different than a Sideshow. It really just depends on the aesthetic of what you like. I tend to like the detail that Prime 1 brings. Sideshow does a phenomenal job. Iron Studios, I've had a couple of pieces like that Voldemort I just reviewed. That thing is incredible. Whereas I feel like some pieces are misses from them and some are really great. So it's like that with any company. I find that most of my Prime 1 stuff that I get in, I'm really happy with. The Sideshow stuff I get in, I'm really happy with. I have an Infinity Studios. Again, that's very different because it's silicone. So I don't know. It's hard for me to say, but I mean, I personally, I like the quality a little bit better with Prime 1 just because I have more experience with Prime 1. Best 1/4 scale statue companies. Right. I mean, Sideshow is well established as being a phenomenal company at quarter scale. They own the license and they also do a really great job. They have a great track record. Prime 1, I think, is also going to be doing a lot more quarter scales. I think XM does really great quarter scales. Obviously their Samurai line. Tweeterhead with this choker, phenomenal piece. So those are the ones that I think of. I think of Tweeterhead, XM, Sideshow, and Prime 1. Those are my go-tos. Hey, Paula, thanks for being here. I saw a great picture of your dog on Facebook today. Hello, Mike. Michael D in the house, Brotherhood member, last live in UK before heading back to the States tomorrow morning. That's awesome. What are you doing in UK? Hey, Michael, or excuse me, Mitchell. Sorry, read that wrong. Hey, Mitchell, thanks for being here. Not all of us are on summer vacation. Yeah, I was going to say, who's all not working right now while you're watching? Legend SC says, hey Chris, I know you probably can't say, but I'm thinking of getting Riddler Samurai just to get a Riddler, but I'm not very fond of him. Should I wait for a 1/4 scale Riddler from Tweeterhead? I did get the Riddler Samurai. To be honest, 100%. I've heard companies talk about Riddler. I've seen sketches, kind of things that maybe a company might be working on. However, I have not seen any final word, any final renders from anybody. I do think that we're going to see from certain companies. I think Tweeterhead will do him eventually. I think Legendary Beast will do him eventually. I think Prime 1 will do him eventually. Maybe even Sideshow. Who knows? But I know that right now there's not a ton of faith in DC in sales. I've heard that Two-Face is doing pretty well, overall. So I'm hoping that gives them some faith to do more characters they haven't done. Obviously, Tweeterhead took the bull by the horns there. which is very exciting. So I'm hoping that we'll see a Riddler, but I did get the Samurai Riddler. It's not my favorite face. I wish they would have done a different face on him, but I really like the pose and I like the tree he's sitting on. How often do you check Sideshow seconds? It can be very dangerous. I check it daily, Mike, just to see what's out there. I like to share with the community if I find something great. But you know, if you don't mind an art box getting dinged, you might as well do it. I mean, it's fantastic. Where are the prints show? Yeah, I showed you guys. If you're just tuning in again, some of my my Jim Lee prints that I had signed. So I am going to have those framed. Again, I think they'll look really good together. And again, here's my original drawing by him. Might end up being one of my favorite pieces in my collection, quite frankly. Sorry, I just got a text I needed to see. Yeah, vacation is over, unfortunately. Is anyone picking up the XM Death Metal on Bat Bike? Chris, what are your thoughts on it? I think it's a great piece. It's not for me. It's not a piece that I follow. I don't follow the Dark Knight's metal. Other than I say that, and I got the Joker Dragon, and I got Batman Who Laughs. So there are certain pieces that I love, and I tend to like more traditional comic book pieces, more like from the comics from whenever I was growing up. So I don't love the Dark Knight's metal as much, but I do think that this piece right here is cool. It's just not something I would love. Hey, Brad, how's it going? Hey, man, I checked out that the belt. It looked really good, man. That's awesome. Congratulations. No, I think you're talking about, yeah, these are definitely from Hush. That's why I wanted them, because they were from Hush. This is from that oversized art book. I ripped them out, and now I'm going to frame them. Lane said that's some awesome artwork. I have some from both companies. I'm considering their work quality excellent. Just one man's opinion, though. Actually, I might give PCS a slight edge in secure package. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is I will give PCS credit, Iron Studios credit, XM. They do the straps, and I just feel like that's so much better than the tape. Thanks, Agent 37. He is the GOAT. There's no doubt. How many videos should we expect probably in the next week or two? A daily video, Lane. A daily video. Such a pleasant surprise to see you live on a late lunch break here in the East Coast, watching while doing some exercise. Jealous you're meeting Art Germ. I just didn't think I'd ever meet him. He always seems to be at shows that I'm never at. And so I'm really excited. I think this is like a one-off for him. I don't think he's doing any other shows this year, as far as I know. I don't even think he's doing San Diego. So we'll see. If you see Art Germ, would you be able to make or check with him? Will he be releasing for print or otherwise that White Rabbit? There was the freeze. It was quicker though. That was a quick freeze. Darn. So we'll see. It's right when that doorbell rang. So I don't know if that had something to do with it. Who knows? We'll see. But yeah, I will definitely ask him about the White Rabbit if I have an opportunity. I might sound stupid, but why buy an art print when you can print it from a computer? Well, it's because it's actually from the artist, and it's actually signed by the artist. So, and it supports the artist that way. Mitchell, personally, I've been racking up the XM stuff. They say a lot of good stuff from them, especially I think their Samurai line is some of the best out there. I was looking at PCS 1/4 yesterday and noticed it was under scale, so I'm unsure what I'm going to do with it. I haven't really seen that they're under scale. I feel like they've been pretty good. I can only hope Prime 1 does. They are, Mitchell. They're going to focus a lot more on quarter scale. They're still going to do some third scales, but they're primarily going to focus on quarter scale because that's what will sell right now. New renders of the Legendary Beast Wonder Woman look phenomenal day one. I have been lucky enough to see some renders behind the scenes from Jay, and for 4 or 5, 6 characters. And guys, you need to start getting excited. I'm a teacher. School ends for me in New Jersey next week, and then I won't be working. That's fantastic. I'm also an educator, but I've been out for 3 weeks now. First time catching you live, Chris. Hello from the UK. I'm so glad that you're here, Francesco. That's fantastic. That's awesome. It's fantastic. That's a lot of F's. Francesco, fantastic. Thank you very much for being here. I am working right now. Love that Joker. Thanks. That's awesome. I think metal is a great line for statues. Interesting designs. It's awesome. Again, Lane, let me know about Catwoman. Where's the Batman versus Joker Dragon right now on the floor? Yeah, he's still on the floor down here. I have nowhere to put these guys. I have nowhere to put them. Actually, I was adjusting the Batman to try to straighten him out, and I was actually able to straighten him out. I took tape and wrapped around the peg just to kind of solidify that, and it helped. So I might keep working on it, especially when I move it to the bunker, but he is straighter. So that's why I moved Dark Knight Returns. I think I'm going to finally make my first statue purchase. I need that life-size ET. Oh, that thing, yeah, that was really cool. I saw that this weekend at Monster Palooza. Really cool piece. Yeah, there we go. And Chris freezes. It was short freeze, though. Do you ever visit big collectors like Mr. X? So, Stanley, I have not visited Mr. X, but Mr. X has visited here. Also, Dan Default from Waymanor North has also visited here. And so, yeah, I would love to visit Mr. X anytime I'm in that neck of the woods. Short, Mr. Freeze. I think when you're picking companies, it comes down to the characters. Some are better than others. I think Prime 1 is the best as Batman. I do too, but I really like what they do with other characters, the video game stuff, the anime stuff. To me, it all looks fantastic. Would love an Art Germ Batgirl statue from Prime 1. That's awesome. I can absolutely see them doing it. They've done so many Batgirls. I am getting the Vampirilla from him. I wish I already had it in so I can get him to sign the Vampirilla logo. That's the bonus part, but that's why I'm getting the CGC. So I got the green foil cover and also the bloody cover to have him sign there, and then I'm going to turn it into CGC and have it accompany or complement the statue. Chris, last year you did an unboxing and review the XM Death Metal and Robin King and Batman Who Laughs King. Were they about similar in height to each other? The Death Metal or the King Batman Who Laughs was definitely taller. I think the Robin King is one of my favorite pieces I've ever seen from XM. It was phenomenal. It's not a character that I necessarily relate to, but I love it. You know, had the big demon wings and stuff. So the King Batman Who Laughs is definitely taller, but they pair up really nicely. Have you thought about doing a commission sketchbook? I've seen some collectors with legit crazy collections of all kinds of pieces by the greats as well as up-and-coming artists. I think that would be awesome. The only problem with the sketchbook for me is I would like to display it. I want it to be up on the walls. I'm actually probably going to do an art video of all the stuff that I have framed and stuff I need to get framed just to show you guys what's going to go in the bunker. I'm hoping to fly my friend Dan out because I have no idea how I'm going to hang all this stuff. I've got stuff from Jim Lee and Capullo and Alex Ross and just Sean Murphy and the greatest of the greats, Jock. I've got all these amazing prints, and so I'm really hoping to be able to show you guys all this stuff. Do you think Prime Blitzway 1/3 '89 Batman will ever be on Sideshow? I do. I don't know why it hasn't been yet, but their Catwoman is, so I would assume that Batman will be. I've been ordering everything direct from Prime 1 lately, so it's tough to say. Hey, Jesse, thanks for being here, my friend. Congrats on those prints. I have also fallen down the rabbit hole. I have Jim Lee's Batman over San Prospero on its way. That's fantastic. You cannot go wrong with Jim Lee. I have his canvas, signed canvas that I got from Choice Fine Art. That's the Batman where he's kissing Catwoman from Hush. I love everything Jim does. I mostly stay away from prints because it's one more thing to collect. Statues and hot toys is more than enough for me. I mean, it's just a rabbit hole. The CGCs are a rabbit hole. It's just crazy. Prints are addictive for sure, without question. They really, really are. When is Prime going to release Batman Tactical Throne? Such an awesome piece. So I talked to their creative director from time to time, and again, I've got some really good intel from him. Kind of the direction. Again, sales are not great for DC pieces right now, especially in the United States. So they are going to be backing off a bit. They're still going to do DC, but they're not going to bring out as many. So hopefully that means that they'll get out the DC stuff quicker. I was amazed by how quickly they got the Jimenez Joker out. Again, he's right over there. And also Punchline. So I'm hoping that we will see that Tactical Throne. I know it was being painted the last time that I saw him. Also, the Killer Croc versus Batman. I think there's a good chance that we will see that at the Next Level event. Apparently, the Next Level event is going to be right before San Diego Comic-Con. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we will be able to get some new information from Prime 1. Borcube 1 of 2, hello from work, listening in. Hope everyone is doing well. I hope you're doing great as well. I hope work is going well. Lines are addictive. I just got Wonder Woman from Justice League line and have 2 members to go. Which Wonder Woman? Is it the Prime 1 Wonder Woman? Let me know. Oh, we got Eric Peter Carlson in the house. Maybe that means Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman will be this year. Can't wait for Vampirilla 2. I don't know. Again, the way that they're getting some of these statues out, it just goes to show you. I mean, it's obvious the ESs are smaller. So if a factory has to make 5,000 of something, that's going to take a lot longer and cost a lot more. But if they only have an ES of 300, then the factory is going to whip through that a lot quicker. So I think that's probably what happened with Punchline. What happened with the Jimenez Joker is that they just are able to get it out quicker. So if the ESs are smaller, hopefully that means that we will be able to get stuff a little bit quicker. So that is exciting to me. What's up, Bat Beast in the house, Brotherhood member? Right there. Thank you very much for being here. Gal Gadot Ultimate Edition Prime 1 Studio. That's great. Again, that's the one with the cross arms, right? That one's awesome. I actually had that one on pre-order at one time. Very excited for the PCS Ghostbusters line. I'm all in. That looked really great. Obviously, you can have the streams coming out, or you can take it off. But obviously, they're going to do all 4. Be kind of cool if they did Vigo, or some of the other characters from the first film or second film. That'd be really cool. Which do you prefer the most, the comic-based statue or the movie-based statue, or a mix? So whenever I first started out, I probably would have said movie. But at the time, movie statues were mostly crap. The likenesses were really bad. I wasn't impressed with them at all. I did buy a few. I bought some Sideshow ones, but they just weren't very good. And then all of a sudden, now I started collecting comic book stuff. So you don't have to worry about likeness. However, then Prime 1 started making comic book pieces that were reflective of the art, and so then it did matter. But by far, I love the comic book pieces. I love DC Batman comics still to this day. I collect them, I read them, and so I have a connection to them. So nowadays, though, they do have really great pieces that are movie-based, like this guy. Still sitting in my chair, right? So they've got him, and he's fantastic. So I am still going to collect some movie pieces, especially Heath Ledger Joker stuff, Dark Knight stuff. I am getting the Robert Pattinson. I'm debating about the Anne Hathaway Catwoman bust. I am selling the 3rd scale on Batbike. If anybody's interested, again, I keep mentioning Lane. You haven't commented, Lane, so I'm assuming you don't want it at this point. But if you are interested, hit me up at thebatmanstatuecollector@gmail.com. I've had a number of people interested, but the first person that pays will get it. And so I'm debating whether to get the bust instead of that, or to skip it and just get the Christian Bale bust that Infinity's doing. So I just don't know what I'm going to do yet. I really don't know for sure, but there will be some movie pieces. The Robert Pattinson from Prime 1. I've got the Heath Ledger Joker. I might sell my Queen, Batman, and Joker set. That's a possibility. I might sell that and just kind of focus on a few pieces. But I'm mostly a comic book collector. Sorry, I know that was really long-winded. Prime 1 is always up in the air. They can do a year. You can wait almost 3 years. Kind of feels like roll of the dice, especially in the past. I mean, I waited 3 years for that Harley right there. I mean, that one. Not that. I say I can't reach that far. That one right there. Waited 3 years for her. We've got Fatal in the house. How's it going, Fatal? Are you going to New York or San Diego? Let me know. What's up, everybody? Great job with the Jim Lee and Sean Murphy sketches. Thank you very much. Yeah, I had such a fun time framing that yesterday. I was really nervous because I wanted to make it cool, and it all came together pretty nice. Thank you very much. I'm doing great. I hope you're doing great as well. Chris, just a yes or no, do you think that Legendary Beast Wonder Woman will go well with Tech 1000 and Hush Suit, Batman, and Soups? I do. I don't know how they're going to compare size-wise because I've never had a Legendary Beast in this cave. I'm optimistic. I think that they will pair up really nicely, and I think that Wonder Woman is just going to be incredible. And wait until you see the Batman, guys. The Batman, I can't wait to own it. When do you think you'll get the Fabok Batman versus Joker? You know, I did order from a local retailer, and sometimes when you order local, it gets here a little later, and so I was debating about canceling it, losing my deposit, and just ordering direct from Prime One. So I put it in my cart, and it was over $1,000 shipping. If you go the slower route, it was like $800 shipping. The company I went through here was free shipping, but they did up the price compared to retail. But it was like $200 over retail versus, $800 over retail for shipping. So I'm not exactly sure what to do. I haven't seen anything that tells me it's close, but I'm still very, very excited about that piece. Addict to statue collecting, without a doubt, John Candy. I pre-ordered the Bale bust. That's awesome. That's awesome. How much totally are you asking for Catwoman on Batpod? So I am asking retail, and I believe $3,200. I've seen a lot of people mark it up because it is hard to get. So I'm asking retail. I think it's $3,200 plus shipping, and it would ship direct from. I bought it from Spec, so it would go directly from there. I would just change the address, and it would ship directly to you. Some people in the past, they've wanted me to review it first. So, it would come to me first and then I would ship it on to the buyer. So it just really depends on the buyer. But $3,200. Can't make either because of work, but I'll be attending the Fan Expo in Rosemont, Illinois in August. Mike, oh, that's awesome. I would love to meet him. My favorite trilogy of all time is Back to the Future. I love that movie, and I've never met anybody. Well, no, I have. I met Christopher Lloyd in Denver. But I would love to meet more of the cast. That would be a dream come true. So that's really awesome. I am on Saturday. I'm meeting Kevin Smith, which I'm excited about, and I'm debating whether to meet the cast of like Chevy Chase and the cast of Vacation. It's $445 to meet the four of them: Cousin Eddie, the mom, Christy Brinkley, and Chevy Chase. So I don't know if I'll do that. The cast of Office is going to be there. Hayden Christensen's going to be there. Rosario Dawson. There's a bunch of them that I would love to meet, but it's all money. How much was that Jim Lee sketch? So this one right here is expensive, but this was $1,200. $1,200 for this sketch. Most of his sketches go for $3,000-$4,000 and on up. So they were originally asking $1,500, and I offered $1,200, and they took it. I talked to my Rogues Gallery guys, and they're art collectors as well, and they thought this was a pretty fair price. I think Dan's kicking himself for not getting this one because he had his eyes on this one as well. But yeah, $1,200 for this guy. So I didn't want to spend the money, but I didn't want to let it get away. I saw it on eBay, and I'm like, I have to have it. I had to have it. And it was sketched in Denver, by the way. Hi, Chris. Are you going to pick up the Anne Hathaway Infinity Studios bust? I am actually currently looking for one. I've got a contact that I might be getting one from overseas. However, I'm leery because I haven't had anybody pay for the Catwoman on Batpod. Again, I've got a lot of interest, but once somebody pays for that, I'll feel better about that. But it's basically a wash, $3,000 for $3,000. So I don't know yet. I just don't know yet. Spec is very good. I did the same thing like Chris is proposing for J&D Harley Quinn statue last year from a collector. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, Todd is fantastic. What's up with Sideshow Superman PF from 4 years ago going back up for pre-order? I don't know. I didn't see that. That is funny. Back to the Future. Yes, my favorite too. What's the email again for the Catwoman statue? Sorry. The Batman Statue Collector at gmail.com. The Batman Statue Collector at gmail.com. Again, the first person that sends me money gets it. Because I've had at least 6 people that said they're very, very interested, and they just have to like get funds together or whatever. But first person that gets it. Yeah, it's a lot of money, but I feel like for me it's priceless because it's Jim Lee. That's the right piece of art is worth its weight in gold. I agree. If it means something to you. Yeah, I got a few things from them before I agree. Thanks, Lane. Haven't confirmed if Iron Studios will be at Sideshow or at San Diego Comic-Con. Are you still planning a meetup? I'm in. So, again, originally I was kind of planning on going, and then Sideshow dropped out. And so I was like, maybe I won't go. I've also heard through the grapevine that there's going to be other people that are not going to be there. I am still trying to confirm with Iron Studios. I have not heard back from my representative from them, my contact there. And so maybe they just don't know, but they had a big, a big giant presence last year. As far as I know, PCS, Iron Studios, I know Queen Studios is going to have just a limited amount, maybe like 3 or 4 pieces. So it just is what it is, I still am planning on going. Okay. I'm still planning on going primarily at this point. Yes, to cover some statues, but also I just want to meet Liber Mayho. So my whole family's going out. I might be there just one day. We'll kind of wait and see. I think my family might go do SeaWorld or something while we're going, or maybe they'll go. I'm not sure yet. But it looks like I will have a pass, and it looks like I will at least be there a day, maybe 2. And my goal is to meet Liber Mayho, but I also want to cover everything for you guys. And yes, 100%, we will do a meetup. If I go, we'll pick a time. We'll say like 3 p.m. or something like that, and we'll do a little Batman Statue Collector meetup, just like we did in New York, and that was awesome. So many of you guys came and showed up to that. That was awesome. I can't believe it. It was so cool. I just found out that one of my best friend's uncle is Jim Lee. Is that for real, Lewis? Louis Mendoza. You need to email me, thebatmanstatuecollector@gmail.com. We need to see if I can get some art from him. Right? Best friend's uncle? We need to talk, Lewis. We need to talk. Did you sell the Killing Joke Joker bust? I did. It's still here. I got to get a shipping quote today. I did sell it. Dan DeFall in the house. So Dan, I just got your message. I didn't read what it said, but basically I was calling because I was hoping you were home because I was at Hobby Lobby getting art frames. Again, I was showing everybody earlier that I'm framing these, my Jim Lee autographs. So I went back to Hobby Lobby today, and they had a shadow box, and it was 11 by 14. And I was going to call and ask you if you could measure the Court of Owls mask to see if it would fit in there, because I haven't found anything that could fit that mask yet. Speaking of Dan Default, I am hoping as well to meet up with Dan at New York Comic Con as well this year. Fingers crossed that works out. I have applied for a pro badge, and I think we might have a backup ticket for me if we need to, but we'll see. I am one of those people who have spoken to him and trying to get funds together, but if you can get it, we're talking about the Catwoman. Chris, have you ever thought about opening your own statue company? You could review all of the statues for free and then ask manufacturers to make the prices you like. I am just an educator. I don't have those kind of funds to to start up a statue company. I mean, licenses take hundreds of thousands of dollars to get licenses and get all that done. So no, I would love to. I mean, that would be incredible. We joke about it all the time. It's like we could probably run a pretty good statue company between the Rogues Gallery guys, because we all, have some pretty good insight into this industry. But I would definitely need an investor to come in. That's for sure. I love the Sideshow Psylocke. I'm actually honestly considering about getting her and having Eric B paint her into Talia. Eric said he would do it. So I just maybe need to bite the bullet and just do it. Best friends, cousins, roommate. I'm serious. If you really can hook me up with Jim Lee, or man, get him on Rogues Gallery, I mean, that would be like a dream come true. That's what happened with Jason Fabok. Somebody was friends with a friend of his, or maybe they were somehow related to Jason Fabok, and that's how he was able to come on our show. He got me his email address, we corresponded, and that's how Jason Fabok came on our 100th show. So sometimes just having connections in the community makes a giant difference. Any more inside news, Chris, on Prime One doing and showing more of their 1/4 and 1/3? So again, I said this earlier that they are going to slow down their third scales. They're still doing them, but they're going to do a lot more quarter scale. They are going to slow down a lot on their DC lines because they are not selling compared to what their anime lines and video game lines are doing. They're still going to do DC, but less. The U.S. market just sucks. I'll be out there that whole week, have all 5 days, and yes, totally sucks that all of them dropped out, especially since this is my first San Diego Comic-Con. Man, I'm so thankful that I went last year and was able to experience the Sideshow booth and just get everybody else. Oh, hold on just a second. I think maybe Dan's saying knock knock, so maybe he wants to come in. Hold, please. Hold, please. Dun, 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 dun. All right, sent. Dan, if you're still in there. All right, back to the comments. Oh, so anyway, yeah, well, let's definitely meet up, Rogue Empire. We'll do a meetup for sure. J&D is coming out with a 1/3 scale Christopher Reeve Superman coming. They've actually teased it. We've seen a shoulder and a like chin down basically, and so I'm hoping it's great. Dan Default saw the toe pick. Oh my God, yeah, Renee. Gee, Merry Christmas. My wife even commented because we went to Sam's to do some shopping earlier today, and I stubbed my toe on the cart. And I was like, crap, I can't even imagine what Renee feels like. Watching the BSC stream live in the middle of the afternoon feels as naughty as daydreaming. I know, it is. It's very naughty. There is Dan Default right there.
What's happening?
How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing all right. I'm testing out my stream.
Well, so far so good, I think.
So we've only had one freeze and it lasted for like half a second. But we like tripled our internet speed. So this is Wi-Fi.
Tripled. Oh, really? Wow.
So I am no longer plugged. Here's the plug.
Wow. So are you what am I thinking of? Fiber?
No. So this is still Cox cable. I don't know do you guys have Cox back there?
We have Xfinity.
Okay. So we have Cox in this part of the country. However, Next Tech, I think that's who it is. They are running fiber everywhere in our town this week. They have all of the streets, tore up, all of the access. Wow. So that is going to be massive. We've actually already committed to it. They had a kind of a preliminary thing of like enough people committed to it ahead of time.
Yeah.
So you've been to my house, so we're kind of like out of town a little bit. Like we kind of are out in the country a little bit.
Yeah.
So we're considered rural, even though it's like a 3-minute drive into town or whatever. So that's what they're targeting. They're targeting more of a rural,
okay,
to get fiber out to the, I think it's probably like a government incentive type program or whatever.
Yeah.
But the day that we can get it, I'm in.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So But so this is just a test stream, really. It was just I wanted to try it. We just got a new modem. They had us go in and change it out because we just got a new modem like a year ago. And so they're like, no, you have to come in with the new one because it'll just run so much better. And so I just wanted to see if I was going to freeze or if my picture looked crappy. And so everybody said it looked pretty decent. So
no, it looks great. Yeah, it looks great. No issues.
So yeah, I called you earlier. I was at Hobby Lobby to see if that mask would fit. And I think the height would fit, but I don't know about the depth.
I don't know that 4 inches is going to be enough.
The depth, I didn't have a tape measure, but I measured from my finger to my knuckle. It was my finger to my knuckle is how deep it was. I was like, I don't think that's deep enough.
I don't think it is either.
Do you have yours in anything?
I don't. I actually don't have it displayed right now.
I don't know what to do with it. Like, I really want to display it somehow.
I kind of have ideas for it. Like, I kind of want to weather it a little bit. Like, because it looks like a kid's Halloween mask. It's like perfectly white. It's really flimsy. I almost want to, they have that foam filler stuff that you can put in stuff and it hardens.
Yeah.
I almost want to fill it with that foam stuff. You can, cut with a saw. You just cut the back off so it's nice and flush. Before you put the foam in, put a couple of pieces of like black cloth for the eyes, right? So those are covered, and then be able to stand it up, because I noticed when I stood it up and it's just so flimsy that unless you put it in a case like what you're talking about, it's not going to look good. That's
the thing is it looks so cool, but then when you touch it, it's like, ugh, it's like a 1970s Halloween mask. It's like, it's just that really crappy.
Yep.
Yep. So I was showing this off earlier.
Yeah. That was almost hanging in Wayne Manor North. Did you tell the guys?
I did. How close were you to actually buying it at one point?
About this freaking close.
Like before I even messaged you about it?
Oh yeah. I sent you that copy of that.
Because you had asked the measurements.
Yeah. And can I tell you, it looks bigger. When you put it next to your head, that's bigger than I imagined. If I would have known it was that size, I'd be holding it like this, not you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's not bad at all. My feeling is it seems small, but that looks great. That looks great. No, it looks awesome.
I did the Sean Murphy one, which you saw, and then I forgot that I had the one you guys got me. I think maybe Eric, the one where you did the Joker sketch.
Yep. And I've got mine. Actually, you can see it right here.
Oh yeah.
That's the Joker sketch right over my shoulder. Yep. Right there.
That's awesome.
And you know what's going to go right in front of him? Well, not so as to block him completely, but the XM White Knight Joker.
XM. Let me grab it real quick.
Ship it. Yeah, so it's good to see everybody in the middle of the workday here live on the stream. That's cool. Hey, Paula. What's happening, folks?
This is the
word call. I know, Mitchell. Yeah, see, that's awesome. Love it. That is cool. Super cool.
Very awesome.
So you're doing a lot of framing. Makes me
I'm finally getting around to it. I decided, like, screw it. I've been spending money like left and right this week.
Makes me wonder about layout.
I know.
Oh, by the way, I wanted to mention, and I might as well mention it right here live and in front of all the chat. You're texturing. Are you texturing the walls too?
Yep.
Because I wonder how I don't know if you're going to use command strips. I always suggest to people command strips are your best friend because they give you the most flexibility. They hold anything. My entire collection, with the exception of the Alex Ross canvases, is all on my walls with command strips, but I'm not sure how the command strips would work on the textured walls. Hey, Justin.
Well, so let me just give you an example. So like all of my CGCs that are up on the wall, and your camera went off. I don't know if you know that.
Okay.
But the like all of my CGCs are this back cave is textured walls. And I've got my Greg Capullo, my big Greg Capullo signed print. It's up there with command strips, and also, I mean, I hung it up with a wire. But
and it's on the textured walls?
Yeah, everything's on the textured walls. The CGCs are up there with just command strips, and they're up there fine.
Gotcha. Wow.
So
well, that's
I'm not
good.
it's not going to be like a thick texture. It's going to be like a really
okay
close to the wall texture.
That's cool. That should work.
And the reason why we did that is because every other room in the house is that way. So we thought, well, it just might as well be consistent.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But that, and I was serious. Like, I'm going to literally need to fly you down here to figure out, because I've got, I'm going to do a video of all the stuff I have framed, because there's a lot. There's a lot.
Can I tell you my thoughts? And I get asked this a lot. It's probably one of the most common questions that I just happen to get personally as a collector, is around layout of the artwork, right? Because there's a lot. How do you make it look so it's not just a jumbled mess?
Right.
And symmetry, I would say, is the key word, right? Yep. So you notice if you look across my collections, again, with the exception, well, not even really. I use the same basic frame for everything. So it's a black frame, it's a black mat, and pieces are, typically pictures are lined up. I mean, you can't tell from what's behind me necessarily, but you see like these ones over here are at the same level as those over there. This is a little bit of an oddball because it's just behind me here, but symmetry is absolutely key.
Yep. Yeah, and that's the part I suck at. Like I like the exact same aesthetic you do. Like I like the balance of it all, and I want it to look right, but I'm like, once I get it up there, I'm like, well, crap, I don't know if I like this, or if I, it's just,
you've got some great spaces in that bunker, though. You've got great spaces in that bunker to work with. Each kind of section of the display. If you decide if you're going to put artwork behind statues, that's kind of a leap that either you make or you don't. It seems like.
Yeah, and that's going to be the main thing, is like the hallway from this bunker to the door where you go in. That is also a possibility. That entire wall could be just art on that wall going into the little nook that goes into the cave, if I don't do the walls in there. And that's the gallery leading in. So that is a possibility. I don't know, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yep, it's going to be fun. It'll be a fun project.
I had to show you. This is what I did today.
Uh-oh. I love that. There you go.
I love when you're like, oops. Oops, I dropped it. So these damn things have been all over. Actually, I lost this one that connects the two, and I actually found it underneath my stand today. I was like looking all over. I glued half of it yesterday. And I'm like, screw it. Yes, I'm never going to get it back in a box, but who cares? I'm like, I'm so tired of it not looking right.
Exactly.
Because it really adds a lot to it.
It does. I want them up there, but I already have one that fell off the base that one of the wings cracked off at the body. That I glued it back on, but not the end of the world. But those ones on his shoulder, you're right. I mean, it adds a lot, but man, you just breathe on it, and it's like dominoes, they just all fall. So,
well, I had that apart, and then I took him apart because I was trying to like adjust it to get him to stand up straighter. And so I was putting like styrofoam under his legs and trying different ways to like get it to work, and nothing was working. And so what I said is like, it's got to be the hole. It's got to be the hole for the peg. And so what I did is I took masking tape around the peg and wrapped it and smashed it down in there. And guess what? It's straighter.
Yep.
So just took some masking tape around the peg, and that's it. Yep. Very, 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 very crazy. Eric says, guys, did you get the Michelle Catwoman print? I'm not sure which one that is. I don't have one.
Yeah, if it's the new one, I know what he's talking about. The new Sideshow print. I have not. No.
Did you see them post today in the group the Richard Luong Batman breaking Batman's back?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I just saw it a few minutes ago.
It looks fantastic.
It looks great. Yeah, it's a really cool piece of art.
And I don't think people understand how much Richard Luong does in the statue industry. Like he designs all of the ways these characters look, from Sideshow and Tweeterhead and just all these. I mean, he's phenomenal. And so I'm like, well, maybe I should get that. I mean, I know it's not, it's not Kelly Jones.
Right. It's cool. And it's funny because Bane is a character. I don't think I have Bane on the walls right now in art form. So it's definitely tempting, but I'm like statues. I'm at a point where something's going to give. Something's coming off the wall for something to go on the wall.
Right.
And so pretty choosy. I did actually purchase a new print, a long sold out Sideshow print that is on its way from Australia, actually.
Wow.
At a great price. It's the Batman, I forget the title of the piece, by Bill Sienkiewicz, and it's gorgeous. Really nice piece of art.
I don't remember him doing a Sideshow print.
Yeah, let me see if I'll pull it up for you.
You spell Sienkiewicz.
Sienkiewicz, I believe.
Sounds
it is
right.
My bank purchases.
Said it was Batman.
It is.
Oh, is the red one?
No, that's the newer one. This one's called Night Rain, like KNIGHT.
Is it? Oh, Night Rain. It's the bluish one.
This one, Chris. Yep.
Sorry, I just went off. Yeah, that one.
Yep.
That's cool. I don't remember him doing prints for Sideshow.
It's beautiful. I love it.
I wonder if that red one's still available. I forgot about that.
I like the red one too. Yeah, I like that one a lot as well.
It's still available. The lithograph is 100, unframed.
Do you remember seeing that original at New York?
That's right, New York.
$40,000, and they sold it.
Yes, I'm not surprised.
Yep.
And I kind of been last couple of days been going down the rabbit hole for original art, and so I got on these sites where it sells like Jason Fabok's original 3 Joker covers, and they're like $45,000 and $60,000. Like, oh my god!
I personally, I don't think I would go there with anything that's not with like someone who's considered a modern day like legend, iconic artist. I'd be too afraid of. That's a big investment.
I did put a best offer today on a Neil Adams original art.
The one with the bats?
Yep.
I looked at that one too.
I did. I've gone back and forth. So I put a best offer. I haven't heard back yet. I doubt I'll get it, but I was like, why not?
Yep.
Because I kind of like the idea of all of these prints just being black and white.
I love it. I'm the same way. Yep. I looked at that one too. I'm kind of a little bit in saving mode right now because I've got a couple of cons coming up. Yeah. And I know New York's going to be huge.
This is my biggest problem is right now I've got a $17,000 bat bunker that I need to pay for.
Yeah, no big
that does not include the flooring. I've got all this money I've got to spend, but right now I feel like I'm just bleeding money. Like I'm going out and buying all these frames. I'm buying art prints. I'm buying like what? And tomorrow I'm meeting Art Germ tomorrow. So
that's right. That's this weekend.
That's tomorrow. And so I'm meeting him tomorrow and Kevin Smith. I got a photo session with him on Saturday. So I'm excited about that. But I'm like, I got to figure out how much am I going to spend? I know because he charges for autographs and he charges for CGCs. It's like $10 per autograph and $20 per CGC signature.
Usually the signatures are one price for CGC and one price for raw. So,
okay. So I've got 2. I'm going to have him sign the case on the Punchline one I got.
Yep.
And then I'm going to have him sign. I've got the 2 Vampirilla covers. I've got the green label and the bloody one that Jeff Morris has,
which is awesome.
So I'm going to have those if CGC is there, which apparently they are. I'm going to have them watch those being signed and submit those. But I'm like, if he has a print like that, and he does some sketches and stuff too. So I'm like, that'd be really neat to add his.
Dude, George Jimenez coming to New York.
And Fabok.
Oh, and a laundry list of others.
And Bermejo in California. I'm in trouble with
going to be epic.
Money. Yep. So I don't know. I would love to have a print. I don't know which print I would get of. I really like that one of the Joker and Harley that he has. He did a cover not too long ago.
For Art Germ?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know which one you mean. The one. There's 2.
Yeah, it's like variant covers and
variant cover. The one with the flames. That one? Yeah.
I bought this last weekend. I was in Kansas City and I went to a comic book shop I had never been to, and it had just the Joker one. It was the variant of just the Joker of him with kind of like smoky black and white kind of.
Yep.
So I bought that one because I didn't know what I'd have him sign. And Bill Sienkiewicz is going to be there also, or not?
Yeah. I'm not surprised.
He's the one that did the joke or the. That's the one we went to his. We met him in New York, right?
He was in Alex Ross's booth.
Okay, not him then. Who am I? Oh, I'm sorry, not him. Mark Silvestri.
Oh, Silvestri. Yep.
He's going to be there again. So I have a book I'll have him sign.
Matt Martin says, tell him about our trip to Cincinnati. So Jim Lee is doing Cincinnati Comic-Con, of all things.
Weird.
Right now, Cincinnati is owned by Fan Expo. So our guess is they're trying to bolster attendance to Fan Expo, put a little star power behind it. So Matt and I are going to Cincinnati to see Jim.
When the hell is that?
September, right, Matt? I don't remember the dates.
Oh, don't tell me this stuff, guys.
We are going. Hashtag.
I'm going to look into that. I might crash.
All right, man. Come on. Do it. More the merrier.
Is it a weekend?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So I know he's going to be in San Diego, but I don't know if he'll do a VIP session.
Thing, right? Just like New York is a whole different thing for him. I mean, the lines last year for Jim Lee at New York are just off the charts. That's why I was actually really happy he announced Cincinnati, because may or may not want to spend the time, because it's typically, it's hours and hours. My birthday, September 22nd, Matt's saying.
That's cool.
So that weekend, yeah. But in New York is 2 weeks later. So
it's funny because Eric and I were the first ones in line that day for the line. It was like, the line was insane.
It was insane, hours long. So
we waited hours before he got there. It was crazy. JR Collects and Games $20 super chat. Thank you very much. Just came to show some love to the BSC. Have a sales meeting, so can't stay. Got my art framed and I bought from Dan. We'll upload pics when it comes in. Peace, fellas. Thank you very much. Can't wait to see it in the group. That's awesome. Thank you for posting.
Yeah, that's cool.
I can't wait to see
it either. That's awesome.
Thank you for the super chat. And again, that all rolls into the bunker, guys. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. So Art Germ tomorrow, and hopefully I don't know. I guess I'll just see what he has available.
It's a big show. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
No, go ahead.
I was going to ask, if there are any other artists that you've got kind of noted that you want to see.
Let me.
I know there are a lot there. It's a pretty big show.
Let me just read real quick who is there comic creator wise. We got Art Germ, James Tinian, which I've already met. Silvestri, which I've met. Joshua Williamson.
Yeah.
Donnie Cates.
X-Men.
Joshua Casera, Werther Del Edra, Mitch Gerards.
Oh, Mitch Gerards. He did one of the Riddler covers for One Bad Day. That's actually a really cool cover.
In Huck Lee.
Yeah, In Huck Lee. Awesome work.
Jay Lee.
Jay's cool. He does a lot.
Alan Qua. I don't know if you're familiar with Alan Qua or not.
I'm not.
He actually is friends with Kelvin that does the Prime One stuff,
really?
Shark Toys.
Yeah.
So they're friends somehow. And so I kind of learned about him from there. I almost bought a print from him. He's a DC cover artist.
Okay.
And I almost bought a print from him years ago at Planet Comic-Con in Kansas City. It was a Joker. And I kind of kicked myself at the time. I didn't want to spend the money. So I reached out to him. And he's doing a sketch for me. So I'm buying a commission from him. Wow. And he's doing a Two-Face for me.
Ooh, nice.
So it was between that and Mr. Freeze. I was like, he's done all these different amazing characters, but
that's awesome.
I'm like, let me see if I can show you an example of one he did last year in Dallas.
While you're looking that up, Rogue Empire asked, does Alex Ross do cons anymore? Not that I've seen. He hasn't done one in quite some time. He does have a booth. His booth is minimally, it's at New York and San Diego.
And he wasn't there.
I haven't seen Alex Ross in person at a con in years, literally in years. Oh yeah, that's cool. Oh, there you go. That's cool.
So that's him. And so it'll be something like that. But this is also his work.
Oh yeah, nice.
That he does.
Are you asking him to do like black and white so it fits in your kind of series? Oh yeah, I love his work. That's awesome. Actually,
what I asked him is I really like this blue, and I know that's just like his tracing lines that he uses to make. But I'm like, I really love I love that blue look. It's just really cool. Yep. So I would assume, I mean, it's still going to be kind of black and white, I think. And then he just usually adds a little bit of color to it.
Yep. Love it.
Like, yeah. So I did buy a $300 commission from him.
He does them 9x12 probably.
I think so.
Yeah.
His Joker one was pretty big.
Yeah.
I wonder if I still have that Joker one.
That's cool.
Somewhere. But anyway.
So are you going to the con just tomorrow, or what are you doing?
We're going to do Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
I'm meeting Kevin Smith on Saturday.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's right.
And I don't know like how much time we'll spend. I mean, we're going just for that. So
it's a big show. There's going to be a lot to see.
Yeah, we had a really good time last year.
Yeah.
But I'm like right now, all I can think about is trying to get to New York. I think that'll be a lot of fun.
It's going to be a blast.
Sorry, I'm just trying to see if I can find that Joker.
Cincinnati is if you can make Cincinnati, that'd be fun too.
Well, I just don't know how accessible Jim Lee. I mean, I would pay the money again to meet him again and get something.
You can buy the tickets right through the Cincinnati Fan Expo, or
is it that $100 VIP thing again? The same.
Yeah, it's like, I don't remember how many it was. It was like $165 for 3 signatures or 5.
So it's gone up $60 because last year in Dallas is 100.
He continues to go up and up and up and up and up. His prices
as he can.
Yeah. Yep. And I don't think it's going to stop. I think you're going to see higher prices at San Diego and New York than last year.
Yeah. But yeah, I've got to, I got to rein in my wallet because I know I want to buy more art, and it's
super pricey. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when you start talking original. Is my favorite. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah. So Rogue Empire talking about the Ross I got at New York. I love that piece. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's such a great, and it's so different than anything else, with the purples. It's just so different. Oh no, you didn't get that one. You got
no, I didn't.
You got the face in New York.
No, I got the 125. Let me see if I can point the camera.
Remember with the silver frame, remember you bought that one too.
There it is. Oh yes, I did. You're right.
You bought two. I forgot. Yeah, you bought two.
I bought two.
I actually just watched that video the other day. It's like that was the video where you were going to get in trouble.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I knew I was. Yeah, that's one that I had I did not expect to buy. I expected to buy the 125 cover. I did not expect to buy the other one.
Yeah.
Rough Justice. That's what it is.
That's right. That's right. Just a great. And I was thinking about like the art that I have. And I forgot I got that Jim Lee kissing Catwoman canvas from Charles. Charles, by the way, is going to be on the show, guys. He's got some things to tell us about Bermejo. So we're going to have him on. I think we were going to have him on the show this coming week, but it's his birthday, so we're going to push it a little closer to San Diego. So that'll be good. Trying to think of what else. I lost it. It's gone. But anyway, a lot of good art out there. A lot of money being spent.
A lot of good art out there.
But yeah, it's all triggered by this damn Jim Lee print.
Oh yeah, I mean, New York. I was just telling Matt the other day. I think and I have to give him credit. He actually convinced me. I think I'm going to come out Wednesday night to get the earliest possible jump on Thursday, because Jimenez, Fabok, Silvestri, they're like at the top of my list.
You're talking about New York.
Yeah. They're at the top of my list. And I think that list is just going to continue to grow. So, and then Jenny Freisen is going to be there.
Yep.
I'd love to meet her. She's a new one. I don't think she's done it before.
I wonder if she'll be at San Diego. They bring out a lot of big names there too. I mean,
no question. Yeah, no question.
So we'll see, I guess.
Yeah.
But
I have to tell you though, having been at both, having seen, and you have too now, I do think that New York's Artist Alley is the top of the hill. I don't think there's a better, even including San Diego. San Diego certainly better has in the past at least been better for statues. But interesting now with that going away, seemingly going mostly away. New York does have a better, more robust artist alley.
It'll be really interesting to see, just the difference this year. I mean, they like San Diego still had. I mean, they had Capullo and Snyder and Jock and Sean Murphy, some of the the big hitters that we see all the time.
Yep.
I don't think Jim Lee was there last year. But he's supposed to be there this year. They've already announced him. So I don't know what capacity, but
well, they've got the Dawn of DC initiative now, right? They've got this relaunch or annual relaunch of Dawn of DC. It's kind of a big one, so that's why I think he'll definitely be there. I'll be shocked if he's not in New York. He's president of the company now. He'll be there. Yeah.
So, but I've heard Warner Brothers isn't going to be there, so it's like
isn't going to be in New York.
That's in L.A. I mean, Comic-Con, San Diego.
Warner Brothers is not going to be at San Diego.
That's the rumor. So, again, I mean, it'll be interesting to see what.
Wow.
And I don't know if like everybody's just banding together, kind of like for prices, and be like, no, we're not going to come, and so next year they'll lower them. I don't know what's going on, but
Warner Brothers. I mean, now granted, I haven't been to San Diego in years. Last time I was there was 2014, so it's been a long time.
And DC wasn't there last year.
When I was there, they had a massive presence at that show.
Well, why would you not want to? I mean, think about the Flash. You could have all the bat suits on display. You can like hype that movie up like crazy. Have the Batmobile there or something. But I don't know. I guess I mean, again, it's just what I've heard, but we'll see.
Wow, that would be stunning if that were the case. Wow, interesting. Very, very, very interesting.
And
for everybody in the, for folks in the chat who aren't familiar, it is two separate companies. So New York and San Diego are not owned by the same company.
Right.
So they do not flock together.
So my plan is at least to do, I mean, right now the plan is to go for probably a day.
Yep.
To see what I can get, see what happens, and see who's there and who's not, because I think there's going to be a lot that's not.
Interesting. Really, really interesting. I wonder, I'm just super curious as to what's driving that, Yeah. Oh, yeah. But like in what ways, do they jack their prices way up? Are they trying to recoup revenues from COVID years? Or, I mean, just really interesting.
Sure.
But I'm going to use.
Well, at least the freezes are shorter. But no matter what I do, I mean, I'm probably going to get fiber and still freeze.
That was a blink. I wonder what that is. But Rogue Empire saying, I'm picking up a piece or two from Ross's booth at SDCC. I'm going to use Chris as my expert negotiator.
It's crazy too. Like, so I do you get texts from them all the time?
All the time, yeah.
Yeah, like so like once you buy from them, they got your claws in you.
You're on their list. And Rogue Empire, just you could be a better negotiator than I, but I can tell you from when I've been there, there is no negotiation. Price is the price, including San Diego. The one cool aspect of San Diego that Ross's booth didn't have at New York, and again, San Diego 2014, keep in mind, he had a ton of original work for sale.
Really?
And
how much was that?
Now, a lot. Everything was 4 figures and up.
Oh yeah.
But it was stuff that was like I remember stuff in like the $1,500 range that were like sketches, prelim sketches or, that kind of stuff. And they had, the portfolio books that people store, artwork in. He had portfolio books all along one side that you could flip through, and they were all originals.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So did not have that in New York.
That new Neil Adams tribute cover.
Oh yeah.
I would love to see that as a canvas. Surely they'll do it as a canvas, don't you think?
I'd be shocked if they didn't.
I'm shocked. Do they usually I feel like they usually release stuff all at the same time. Like I figured they would just do a canvas when they came out with it, or do they usually not do that?
That's a good question as to when they released 125 was a big book. So maybe that was a little bit different. I don't really recall the timing on that one. But
did you buy that book?
Which one?
Did you buy this new one, this Neil Adams tribute?
Yeah, I have it actually in a CGC, and I bought a couple of raw copies.
Direct from them?
Direct from them.
Yeah. I went back to go do it, and it was already sold out. So I was like, crap. I guess you just got to jump.
I'll send you one.
Oh, you got 2?
I got 2 raws.
Oh, wow.
But you could always send it in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I've got a bunch to send, so that's
Yeah,
exciting.
you know, I've got a box that I keep in my comic collection area downstairs, and that's just, you know, for CGC. And when the mood strikes me, I'll send it.
It's awesome.
Oh, so I got an interesting story. If you want, if you just 2 minutes.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's end with that. I got to go pick up my son at 3. So go ahead.
Right. So here's the last story of the day. I picked up a copy of Batman 608 Jim Lee, the second print of 608, the Jim Lee cover. Now I have this book in a 9.8, but my local comic shop did a sale. They have a sale they run like 3 times a year. I got this 608 for $22.
Wow.
And it looks really, really good. It had one minor non-color breaking spine tick, not deep at all. I pressed the book, and I swear it's at least a 9.6, if not a 9.8. I can't wait. So that just reminded me of like sending into CGC. That one's going soon.
That's exciting.
So yeah, so it's kind of cool for $22. Yeah.
That's really cool. Did you see mine that I got in today? I don't know if you saw the picture of it.
No, which did you get in?
I posted in our private, but it's the Ivan Rice Breakshot Ghoul cover, the One Bad Day.
Yep. Nice.
So like I found that one on eBay. I was like, it was a lot of those aren't very expensive right now. I mean, some of them. I kind of want to get the Jim Lee Clayface cover too. That's pretty cool.
So one of the things because it's not a long run, I made it. So I've got 9.8s of all the One Bad Day Jim Lee covers.
Do you really? Nice. Yep. Mr. Freeze. Yep. I just picked that one up last weekend. Yep. So it's
Mr. Freeze. Yep. Riddler, Catwoman, Two-Face, Penguin.
Did you get them on eBay or did you just submit them?
A couple I submitted, a couple I bought through our friend Brad Ladner.
Oh,
and on eBay. Yeah. So
it's still because Brad hated CGC. Maybe he was just joking all the time. I don't know, but he's got quite a few.
He had these, and I don't know if he was just flipping them or
maybe
it's a little side business. I mean, a lot of people do that.
Or maybe he got them from somebody. I mean, because I'm sure he has people. I mean, he's got the world's largest Batman collection, so I'm sure people send him stuff.
I couldn't get it CGC for what he sent to me for. So it's like,
that's awesome.
Being very fair.
Mitchell Green says BSC is the only thing we can count on these days. Well, you can count on me more than you can the stream and the internet, but that is what it is. So thank you for joining me. This was awesome.
Yeah, man, this was fun.
Again, guys, thank you for the test. Obviously, even with triple the internet, I still freeze, but it's a lot shorter freezes. So that's something. But clearly it is the town. Like the town just drops it. And then clearly my old internet just took a while to get back. It reset itself. So I guess tradition is still going to be here. I'm still going to freeze. That's, wouldn't be a BSC show without it. But anyway, thank you everybody for watching. I really appreciate it. We did about an hour and 20 minutes today. I got to go pick up my son from training. But anyway, thanks, Dan. Appreciate it. And we'll see you guys all soon. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hit that like button on your way out.
Have a great day, guys.
Bye-bye, everybody.